Here we go, build series video number 30. So good time to take assessment. A little bit different video, my typical videos, but certainly one worthy of listening.
It's been a hard couple of months. It really has. I got a lot done right away. I picked up the truck, and within a week or two, I had air compressor system installed, gray water tanks, connections between all those, modifications to the subframe, the big hangers that hang down, modifications to the exhaust system, skid plate design and construction started, air conditioning condenser installed, all that within the first couple of weeks of getting the truck. Took apart a lot of the cab, trim and stuff like that, understand that. And I think also within 2 or 3 weeks, probably within 2 weeks, even cut the pass-through in the truck. So to cut that big hole out the back. So that was a great accomplishment. And then within a month of getting the truck, had the full camper built. And I say full built, except for the lower part of the rear wall, which is going to get built next. Made a lot of accomplishment all in that first month of picking up the truck, and really except probably is all that was in about 3 weeks. So it was great progress. And then I had a relative die, so I had to attend to those family things around that. And I also had 5 friends die, all within a period of about a week or two, and 2 of them very close friends. And so within a month I lost 6 people, and dealing with those losses and all the other issues around that. So that took up really most of November. And then December, I worked between about probably 120 to, as much as 140 hours a week. So 7 days a week, working almost, every day, except for about 4 hours of sleep a night, 7 days a week. And that was the entire month. Also got sick. That took me out for another solid week, if not a little bit more. Finally got around to cutting in the windows. So I really lost like 2 months. I picked up the truck, got a whole lot done, and November kind of got shot because of all that kind of personal stuff. December got shot because of work stuff. Beginning of January, end of December got shot because of holidays and being sick and all that stuff. Finally getting back to it, and it's been frustrating to kind of lose those first 2 out of the first 3 months. Not really able to make any accomplishments. I am really stoked though that I now have all 5 of my windows installed. I still have to do the caulking around those, trim those out. I've got the pass-through cut, at least in the cab. So now what I have to really figure out and work on is cutting the pass-through in the camper. That's fairly easy, building the pass-through shell and framing and sealing between the two. I've got that all figured out, and a lot of the parts here on the floor. I've got to cut the entry door, and that really has to happen next so I can get in and out of the camper, so I can build out the rear wall, get that funny built. And then I finally have figured out my method of building out the garage doors. These big garage doors, what I want. I'm going to build it myself. It can be a custom build. It's going to be a frightening thing. And I'm going to say, a lot of this build is scary. I am doing things I have never done. I don't know how to do. A good example is when I asked Motorcraft Adventure Development, what are your instructions to install the entry door? They said, cut opening, install door. That was more or less what it said. Okay, so weight comes back on my shoulders, right? You got to figure out how to do this. Hop on YouTube, other resources online, do research, how to install this kind of an entry door. Nothing at all. So the good old internet doesn't have the information available to you. I'm going to create that. I'm going to create that information for you. I'm going to share this build. I'm going to share it with you so that you have this information. It'll hopefully help you with your build. And whether you're using the same materials, the exact same, doing it the same way or not, it doesn't matter. It's going to be helpful. All right? And that's my intent behind these videos that I'm doing. My intent is to help you out and share the experiences. And no doubt about it, there's a lot of frustration with this build. There's things that are dangerous and unhealthy. Breathing in dust as you're cutting it, working with saw blades with your fingers, an inch from that blade that could cut it off, obviously, with just one errant little slip, or also having that saw literally this close to my head, to my face, while cutting, so I could see it and get in there and hold it and everything else. Being on a ladder and holding a saw up above you and moving it literally overhead, because it's the only way to really get in there and do it. And if you let go of the saw, there's problems. And I'm doing everything I can to make it as safe as possible. I'm going to go over those safety things as I'm sharing things with you, because I want to make sure you're safe. I want to make sure you're not hurting yourself. I don't want to hurt myself, and I don't want you to hurt yourself. You got to realize there's a lot of risk in building out anything. in this expedition camper, there's inherently a lot of risk involved. On ladders, a lot, carrying big, heavy stuff, up on the roof that's 12 feet off the ground, doing things. Obviously, things go wrong, and I'm worried that, I'm worried I could break something on this camper that's irreparable or undoubtedly problematic in many ways. So I'm just sharing this with you because there's a lot of there's a lot of fear and trust I got to have in myself, and thinking through the problem. It's the biggest probably challenge, and part of the biggest fun in this project is thinking through the problems and the challenges and coming up with solutions. There's also a lot of risk. There's a lot of fear and excitement, and to buy new tools, and I got to figure out solutions and methods on how to do this. And a lot of this I'm doing by myself. Some I'm doing with some friends that are helping me out, but for the most part I'm doing it all by myself, and I don't know how to do all this stuff. I'm no builder expert. So I'm figuring it out, and I want to kind of let you know you can figure it out too. Like there's challenges, there's life challenges. I don't do this full time. I work full time. So I've got to figure out, when can I do this, right? How do I do this? And I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to try to be honest and share with you, and I'm going to be honest with you about my reviews of products and companies and the services I get from them, because it's the only way to be, right? I need to be honest with you. I need to tell you the truth about the experience I'm getting, and hopefully that's going to help you to make good decisions about what you choose, who you choose to do business with, how you choose to do something, how you choose to build it, whether you choose or not to go and build something like this, because that in itself is a very big decision. This is a big financial expense. It's massive. It has it's a big risk financially. It's a big risk in how it's going to turn out. I'm excited about what I have planned to do in this camper. I am super excited. I'm going to do so many creative, unique things that I think is going to completely change the camper industry, the expedition camper, the RV industry. I think it's going to change a lot of things. I think there's a lot of things that they do that they've been doing the same way for decades, if not even over a century, that make no sense. No sense at all. They're not solving the problem. I'm gonna try to solve a lot of those problems, but it's also going to create a lot of extra effort on me to figure out how to do all those details. I'm going to share that with you, and I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a fun journey. Come along with me. Let's learn together. Give me your thoughts and ideas, and help me out, and support me however you can. Give me a comment and tell me you like something, or give me an idea if you think of something, a better way to do something, or tell me if you've got a suggestion on how else to do it, whatever it may be. But I'm gonna share this with you. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be creative. It's gonna be unique. It's gonna be an adventure, and that's just the build. And then hopefully we'll get to actually using this and getting out and driving it and going on adventures and traveling. And I'm gonna share that with you, and that's gonna be a lot of fun. So, here we go. Come along with me for this journey.
Thanks a lot for watching. This is definitely a different video than my normal videos, but coming up soon, we'll be installing this rear wall.